Toyota's 2.5-liter hybrid system has been praised as one of the most reliable powertrains on the road. It powers some of Toyota's best-selling vehicles: the Camry Hybrid, RAV4 Hybrid, Highlander Hybrid, Venza, Crown, and several Lexus models. Owners trusted it because Toyota hybrids built a reputation for durability that few manufacturers could match. But now, Toyota has quietly acknowledged something many owners and technicians have been experiencing for a while. The 2.5-liter hybrid system has a real-world weakness that shows up under specific driving conditions. It's not catastrophic, and it doesn't mean Toyota hybrids are suddenly unreliable, but it does mean the system isn't as flawless as its reputation suggests. More importantly, Toyota already has a fix, and if you own or plan to buy a vehicle with the 2.5 hybrid, this upgrade matters more than you think. This isn't hype. This is about understanding what Toyota admitted, why it matters, and how the updated hardware and software significantly change long-term ownership. Why the Toyota 2.5 hybrid became so popular. Before talking about the problem, it's important to understand why this hybrid system became Toyota's backbone. Toyota's 2.5-liter hybrid setup uses a naturally aspirated 4-cylinder engine paired with an electric motor and an electronic CVT, eCVT. On paper, it's simple. In practice, it's incredibly efficient. The system delivers strong low-speed torque, excellent fuel economy, smooth city driving, proven longevity compared to turbocharged alternatives. Toyota engineers deliberately avoided complexity. No turbochargers, no high-strung tuning, no aggressive thermal limits. That conservative approach is exactly why taxis, fleet vehicles, and high-mileage owners gravitated toward it. But as Toyota expanded the system into heavier vehicles and OW configurations, new stresses emerged. The problem, Toyota finally acknowledged. Toyota has not used dramatic language. They never do. But service bulletins, updated parts, revised software, and behind-the-scenes engineering changes tell a clear story. The core issue revolves around thermal management and load handling in real-world driving, especially in hybrids equipped with electric rear drive, AWDI. The main weak points industry technicians and Toyota-certified hybrid specialists point to three interconnected issues. 1. Excessive heat buildup in the rear motor cable and connector. 2. Inverter stress during prolonged high-load operation. 3. Software logic that was too conservative or too slow to react. These issues don't usually appear during normal commuting. That's why many owners never notice anything wrong. The problems show up under specific conditions. Sustained highway speeds, mountain driving, hot climates, towing small loads, aggressive acceleration combined with AWD engagement. In those scenarios, the hybrid system works harder than originally anticipated. The ADI factor. Most owners miss. One of the most misunderstood aspects of Toyota's hybrid lineup is ADI. Unlike mechanical ADI systems, Toyota's AI uses a separate electric motor on the rear axle. There is no driveshaft connecting the front and rear. It's elegant, lightweight, and efficient, but it introduces a new electrical and thermal load that earlier hybrid generations didn't have. According to hybrid drivetrain engineers, the rear motor itself isn't the main issue. The problem lies in the power delivery path, specifically the high-voltage cable and connector assembly exposed to moisture, road salt, temperature cycling, continuous electrical load. Over time, resistance increases. Resistance creates heat. Heat accelerates wear. Toyota eventually saw enough field data to act. What owners were experiencing before Toyota admitted anything, owners and technicians were already seeing patterns. Common complaints included sudden hybrid system warnings, ADI temporarily disabling itself, reduced power during highway driving, check engine lights with inverter-related codes, loss of rear motor engagement without obvious mechanical failure. What made this frustrating is that many vehicles still drove fine most of the time. The issues were intermittent, making them hard to diagnose and easy to dismiss. From an engineering standpoint, intermittent faults are often the most concerning because they point to systems operating near their limits. Toyota's quiet admission, the update. Toyota's response wasn't a press conference. It was more subtle and more telling. They released updated rear motor cables and connectors, revised inverter control software, improved sealing and insulation, adjusted thermal load management strategies. In some markets, Toyota issued service campaigns. In others, the upgrades appeared as revised part numbers or running production changes. This is Toyota's standard playbook. When they change hardware and software across production without fanfare, it's usually because they've identified a legitimate long-term concern. Expert insight. Why this matters. Long-term hybrid specialists agree on one thing: heat is the enemy of electrical systems. A senior hybrid technician with over 15 years of Toyota experience explained it simply. The original system wasn't bad, it was just operating too close to its comfort zone. The update gives it breathing room. That breathing room is the key. The original setup could survive typical use. The updated setup is designed to survive worst-case use, year after year. Why software alone wasn't enough? Some owners assume this is just a software issue. It's not. Software can limit power, change engagement timing, and reduce stress, but it can't change physics. The upgraded components use improved insulation materials, better connector geometry, enhanced corrosion resistance, lower electrical resistance under load. When combined with updated software logic, the system now detects heat buildup earlier, distributes load more intelligently, reduces thermal spikes during sustained driving. This is a holistic fix, not a band-aid. Vehicles most affected. While Toyota hasn't publicly ranked affected models, real-world data suggests the issue is more common in RAV4 Hybrid AWD, Highlander Hybrid AWD, Venza, Crown, Lexus NX, and RX hybrids using similar architecture. Front-wheel drive hybrids see fewer issues simply because they lack the rear motor and associated cabling. Why Toyota owners shouldn't panic. Let's be clear, this is not a recall-level disaster. Most 2.5-liter hybrids will never fail. Toyota's reputation for reliability still stands. Even critics admit the failure rate is low compared to competitors. But low failure rate doesn't mean no problem. Toyota's own actions confirm that the original design wasn't optimal for long-term durability in all conditions. The upgrade you actually need. If you already own a Toyota 2.5 hybrid with AWD-I, the most important upgrade is the updated rear motor cable and software calibration. This isn't about performance. It's about preventing heat-related degradation, avoiding expensive inverter repairs later, preserving AWD functionality, extending the life of the hybrid system. Hybrid experts strongly recommend checking for applicable service campaigns, asking dealers about updated part revisions, ensuring the latest inverter software is installed. What happens if you ignore it? Ignoring the update doesn't guarantee failure, but it increases risk. Over time, heat stress can lead to higher electrical resistance, connector degradation, inverter protection shutdowns, expensive repairs outside warranty. Hybrid components aren't cheap. Preventive updates almost always cost less than post-failure repairs. Why Toyota didn't talk about this publicly? Toyota rarely uses dramatic language, especially with hybrids. Publicly admitting a problem risks undermining one of their strongest brand pillars. Instead, Toyota relies on continuous improvement, silent updates, dealer-level fixes, production changes without announcements. From an engineering culture standpoint, this isn't deception, it's how Toyota operates. Bigger picture, hybrids are getting heavier and more powerful. This issue isn't unique to Toyota. As hybrids gain power, add AWD, move into larger vehicles, handle towing and highway loads, electrical systems face stresses they weren't originally designed for 20 years ago. Toyota is ahead of many rivals because they noticed the issue early and fixed it before failure rates exploded. Expert verdict: is the 2.5 hybrid still worth buying? Absolutely, but with one condition. Hybrid engineers and longtime technicians agree. The updated system is significantly more robust. Newer production vehicles benefit the most. Updated older models are safer long-term bets. In other words, this isn't a reason to avoid Toyota hybrids, it's a reason to get the right version. Final takeaway: what Toyota's admission really means. Toyota admitting the 2.5 hybrid problem doesn't mean the system is bad. It means Toyota recognized a real-world limitation and corrected it. That's actually good news. The upgrade improves durability, reduces long-term risk, protects expensive hybrid components, makes AWD hybrids more reliable in demanding conditions. If you own one, check for the update. If you're buying one, make sure it has the revised hardware and software. Because in the hybrid world, small changes make a big difference, and this one matters more than most owners realize.